Hey everyone, welcome back to part 7 of Draconian Conjurer, here with Ultraviolent 4. We're currently in the swamp, being chased at this very second by many hydras without any magic points, and I don't think we have a good way of just fighting them. The singing sword, of course, is a long sword, so it's going to chop heads off. No, really though, how do we kill hydras without magic points? I don't think we actually can. I'm just hoping we get some god tier random blinks so we could get away, but the problem is they're too fast over water. Oh wait, there's a teleport trap over there. Alright. I was thinking, I don't want to waste a teleport scroll on this nonsense, but there we go, we don't have to. Alright, nice. Okay, we can reset. Kind of. Don't notice me. Sweet. That's a diss stealth. You can maybe hear the fan of my laptop going crazy in the background. I think my laptop might finally be dying, but it is what it is. Let's find that Hydra. Shift X, Control F. And so I don't know if I said this already, I've forgotten. But once we get this rune, we're going to go for our second, which is in the spider's nest. I'm also going to try not to go down the same stairs, because from memory there were a lot of hydras there. That's probably the stair. It's the unsafe one, which is below us. Although we were here when the episode started, I'm going to go to the third stair. Oh, okay. Well, they're all kind of close, I guess, so maybe they're all kind of dangerous. This is really scary. We don't have any cold resistance on, so we can be slowed by the bog bodies. And if we get constricted here by the mangrove, we won't be able to get back up. So here's hoping. Okay. It could have been really horribly ugly. I feel like we may as well wield the longsword of misery until we get rid of the other bog body that was there. Can we go to the top? That's the bottom. This one. Okay. They were here waiting. Let's try to dodge them again. Are they just multiple? Well, this guy's just amazing at knowing where we're going to be. Okay, that's okay, I guess. I'm still a little bit confused by this whole situation here on Swamp 4. So, there are themed endings that you can get. One of which is an ice themed ending. Because we saw an ice dragon, which made me think, oh yeah, this is the ice ending, of course. But since then, we've seen lots of regular enemies. Oh, this is great. Spriggan Druid is making all the trees angry, and we're in a little bit of a hallway of angry trees. So let's get out into the open. I'm trying to think. I don't recognize this as a learning ending, and if it is, we have a phantom mirror, so we should be fine either way. We need to drop something so I can pick up this food. Enchant weapon maybe. Oh, alright, it's alright. We just get to walk in and pick up the rune. That makes sense with how many hydras we fought out here in the open. I guess because we were sort of near the stairs here, so the noise was attracting all of the Envolt enemies. Now I get why we were so swarmed. That's just one enemy. Yes, but now I get it. I really want to kill the ghost crab here. We could put on the ring of positive energy so that we're not getting so drained or hurt by these clouds or spectral enemies. But I think we can also just blow up the ghost crab if I hit it. We don't have Iron Shot in our spell list, it turns out. It probably should get there. So we'll just use Iron B. Alright. More Spriggan Druids. I should get off the trees. Here's a shambling mangrove. Oh right, I'm in shallow water, not deep. Oh god, I'm an idiot. I was thinking I'm not being constricted because I'm in the water, but I really wasn't. Okay, we're actually really in a tough situation now because he can continually constrict us. Okay, let me just see if I can break it. I did. Alright, so we're gonna fly over deep water. So now we're not gonna get constricted anymore. That's so bad of me to not notice that and to play fast enough that we dropped to this low HP. I figured he was just punching us, but no, there was a constriction. And maybe he was punching us, was he? Yeah, he did hit us. But when you're being constricted, your whatchamacallit, your evasion is lower. That was really bad to just almost randomly die to a random mangrove. A thorn hunter, that's scary too. In hindsight, maybe we should just grab the rune and left. But no, shouldn't do that because there might be loot. Anyway, we got our first rune, so now we want to go to Spider. I was just saying I want to learn Iron Shot, but we're one spell level away. It's gonna be a while until we're level 13. Alright, let's put spellcasting up to 13, there you go. We'll race our experience. Are there any spells that we can forget here? I mean, kind of. I can't remember the last time we've used Fulminate Prism, and it's going to be a rare situation. Well, not rare, but in most situations where I'd want to use it, I'd prefer to use Lee's Rapid Deconstruction. I don't know. We'll just get one more spell level, and we'll learn Iron Shot. Let's head to the Spider's Nest. That's going to be a very useful spell here. Because the spiders are fast, evasive, and flimsy, but there are a lot of them. So the AoE and not being able to miss part of LRD will be very useful. The noise is less useful. Oh god, I'm really bad at this. There we go. Finally, we're hitting multiple of them. Cool. Oh, this is nice. Now we have RLEC. We can shock ourselves without that mattering. What else is good in here? A lot of this stuff will be our invis ability will be super OP against the spiders. And then petrify if we ever need to escape from stuff. Should be pretty successful here too. Because the spiders all have weak MR. Look at that value. It's great. A new book. This is interesting. Oh, look at this value. I'm just a Draconian after some value, that's all. What do we got? Corpse Rot, Sublimation of Blood, Agony, Dispel Undead, Excruciating Wounds, and Bolt of Draining. So we're being given more... Oh, and a new Blinking Scroll. We're being given new Necromancy spells. The game's really trying to encourage us to head full on into Necromancy. I still don't think I want to do it. I mean, we've trained 4 levels for Varkloch. This is going to be crazy. There's no good places. There we go. When I'm not shooting myself. There it is. An HP Weaver. Okay. This is the enemy that can see invis here in Spider's Nest. But yeah, we blew it up pretty quickly. Have a look at that with IMB. Still doing really good damage. I mean, we've got the worst part of it sort of covered. So the worst thing about IMB is that it's really inefficient with your magic points. So if you use it a lot, you run out. But because we have 58 magic points with all our extra gear that has magical power on it, We can spam that bad boy. And then I guess if we run out, then we just spam shocks. I guess it's also more efficient as well due to our shadow mimic. Because for every iron base shot, we're also potentially also getting a copy. This huge swarm here is getting a bit scary. I'm going to preemptively invis so that these spiders can't actually get us. And then we're just gonna collect a value. Nice, we made it to 8 dodging. I think that's our dodging limit. Well, not limit, it's, what's that called? Spell target, yep. So we've turned it off for the moment. I think that's probably okay. 8 dodging, I didn't actually check, but we've got 14 evasion now. And with the amulet active, our acrobat, it's 29. So we're going to keep training fighting for the rest of the game. Shields are going to be doing till 25. And then, I don't know what we want to do. Shadow Form's at 10%, but we've still never used it once. I don't know. We're using Dip at the moment as an Umbra and Mimic God. Literally no uses of any of his active abilities. Oh, I could have got 2 there. Maybe. No. It's too hard. New stuff. Staff of Fire. We don't need to carry that one around. On to Spider 3. We feel a Wave of Frost. It's quite a welcome. We got a bunch of spiders in all directions, an Entropy Weaver, and a Spark Wasp. I don't want anything to do with this, although I would like to map for this. Yeah, I would like to get in there. We've got 2 magic mapping scrolls, so I think we just read one. I'm going to read one before I go back up, which is maybe asking for trouble. Because, I mean, we could get now confused and fall back down the stairs. Also, on this doesn't look like it's going to be easy to get into the ice cave. This floor is completely open, and I think we're just going to get swarmed no matter where we are. But anyway, we're going to go back up. At least we can reset while being invis. Oh, there's another. Oh, it's the same Spark Wasp. That's fine. Yeah, we're almost certainly just going to get swarmed here. So I wonder if we will make it in there. Back in view. Yeah. So because now we're going to have to go back up and get some magic points back. Although maybe that noise just attracted everything to that one, so we can sort of sneak back in. It's not going to happen, is it? Yeah, it's not going to happen. Oh, we got confused. We've got 17 curing. There is nothing wrong with just using one. And you know what? I'm going to pull out our singing sword. And so we can save our mana. That guy was invincible. Alright, let's see if we can get in. Fortunately, it's not the type of ice cave where it has ice enemies guarding it. We've been confused. Let's try to dodge that stuff. You know what? I'm just gonna try to run in. Oh, Entropy Weaver is on top of us, but enemies can't follow you into portals. So as long as this is not the ice cave where you immediately start off fighting Simulacrum, we should be okay. And it's not. Good. That would have been very nasty actually. Because then we would have had to run straight back out into the entropy weaver and all that other stuff. So we're wielding our Sword of Misery. So we have a point of RC. Against all these Simulacrums, I'm not that afraid because you can blow them up. Can you blow up Freezing Race as well with LRD? No. But anyway, let's hit both of them at least. Get some value. Yeah, if you're ever in this ice cave without any RC, you're absolutely crazy. Because this Freezing Race will absolutely destroy you. Not only do they do a lot of cold damage, they also slow you. And that's not just as a Draconian. Okay, alright. If you're in this one as any species. Because their attacks can slow everyone. I should be checking these. Like, that's a Golden Dragon Simulacrum. You do not want that guy ever hitting you. Even with RC. Because he's going to do huge amounts of cold damage. I should have checked, but just you have to take my word for it. That guy will wreck you. For our trouble, we have a teleportation scroll and a league potion. Pretty cool. Oh yes. Hit all three at once. Let's go. This is another 2 gold dragon simulacrums. That's fine. I'm more worried that there might be a fiend hanging around here somewhere. Look at this value that we were just getting. I think we just hit 6 enemies with 1 LRD. Potion of mutation and some poison needles. There's our ice fiend. And an Etten simulacrum. I want to see how much damage an LRD does on the simulacrum. Not much. As in, I know it's going to destroy the simulacrum, but I want to see if it will get the ice fiend. Okay, and I was just thinking, I'll just keep doing this until we get thingied, and we have been thingied. We've been tormented. Okay, let's back up. So we can fight just the fiend pretty easily by quaffing one of those league potions that we've got, because that will make us torment immune. I also don't think the fiend will chase us. Yeah, it hasn't. They tend to be on patrol so that they're guarding the treasure room, so they won't chase you too far. Scroll of Amnesia. We have others lying around, so this one's not a big deal. Alright, so if I become a tree, we'll still have cold resistance. Because that's on our sword. So I think we can just become a tree. Cool. Except the fiend didn't chase us. Alright, let's go again. Actually, this is a really bad place to do it, right here. Because if we say this goes horribly wrong, and we need to blink away, we can't see any tiles to blink away. So let me try to attract it to us. I want it to at least come to here. It has. Alright. So we're going to quaff the league. We're going to throw a throwing net at it. I'm going to give it the OS frog, which I think is like that. Alright, and now we're just going to use IMB. Cool. And because we kill it, we get our net back. Wait, we cannot move. I'm a tree. Alright, cool. Well, there's our first hat of the game. It is a plain hat. A cloak of cold resistance is really nice. I mean, our invis cloak has been great, and it is great, but we don't have any good cold resistance, so this is really nice to have as well. Let's put it on. It's a +1. No, I'm not going to enchant armor that, because I'm going to enchant armor our plain hat. Am I? Anyway, in Spider's Nest we want invis, so we're going to keep this for now. But yes, we now have a cold resistance cloak as well. We need to drop some stuff. Let's drop a Wand of Flame. Let's put the hat on. Oh, that's a great hat. I love that hat. That's a great tile. And the green matches our shield really well. That's fantastic. Let's read that enchant armor scroll. It's going to give us 1 extra AC. Is that a waste? Probably not, because we're probably unlikely to find magical hats around. They're pretty rare. That's a Ring of Ice. Nah. And another one. Nah. I don't really care about a Rune Greatsword. It's two-handed. And I don't think we need a second Ring of Magical Power either. Yeah. That's too crazy, right? I mean, we can have our resistances fairly well covered with our gear now. We have a cloak of cold resistance and a shield of fire resistance. So I mean, it's not impossible we could walk around with 2 magical power rings on. So I've got an extra slot. Let's just carry it out. But we want to have our poison in Spider's Nest. Hey, gold. Alright, cool. So that wasn't too bad. Although now we know that we're about to be coming out into a welcoming party. Now I know the entropy weaver can see invis, but nothing else can. So we're gonna go invis. Now I'm gonna try to get the entropy weaver first before we get too corroded. We flick it back into view. Oh, there's a second entropy weaver. No wonder. Okay, so it wasn't the same one. Alright, let's try to get back to the stairs. We're back in view. The entropy weaver is faster than us, but is spending half the time just throwing stones like an idiot. Let's go back up. I don't know why I'm even trying to stare dance things when I've got -12 corrosion. That's not clever. You're an idiot. You're not gonna do anything with stones. I really like this hat tile. Alright, let's drop. What are you gonna drop? I don't know, I want all this stuff. It's not fair. I don't know. We'll drop the cold resistance cloak for the moment. It's one of the hardest parts of a third entry weaver. One of the hardest parts of the game is just figuring out what you're gonna drop. Your inventory management. That's a lot of spiders, but none of these are the scary ones. So I'm not gonna invis. It's more out of laziness though. Probably should. Oh well, it's done now. That value you get from shock. Ignite poison, bolt of fire, ring of flames, and ignition. Well, ignition is a huge amount of AoE, but we have literally no fire magic, so we're not training for that one. Let's identify this scroll. It is vulnerability. I'm not really that excited about vulnerability. We do have paralysis wands, but we don't have any Oh, we have a bit of evocation straining. We don't have much of it, so it's not that exciting. So we're going to leave it. On to spider 3. Let me quickly check the time here. There you go. That's better value. Because those guys, the crawlers have RLX, so just shooting those guys with shock is going to take a while. Hornets. Fine. I'm having flashbacks to a tournament game once upon a time. Oh, hang on. I've got to deal with Azure here. He hasn't seen us. I'm not carrying around the RF shield, but I am carrying around the protection from firing, so let's switch to that. Yeah, so I was playing a Feel It, I think. I was diff. I didn't have any poison, and I was doing the Spider's Nest, and it was taking forever, because I had to so carefully try to lure one enemy at a time, because I couldn't fight anything without getting poisoned to death. It was terrible. I don't know why this is making me think of that, but it's obviously very deep in my psyche. We miscast shock in there somewhere. How? 1% chance. Even more lig. He's got a scimitar of flaming. That would have actually been quite useful in Swamp. When we ran out of magic points, we could fight Hydras. Oh well. I really, well, it's probably not a big deal. We've done most of the floor, but I'd really prefer not to get alarm trapped. Especially not at the same time as Nicola is here. He's apparently in view, but I don't see him. Oh, that was a force morph for being starving. Alright, I'm gonna yell though. Actually, we got Aralek, but he also doesn't see invis, I think. Is that true? He does see invis. I get confused. There was some other unique earlier that I didn't notice couldn't. Was it Louise? Yeah, I think Louise, I was pretty sure couldn't see it. Could see it but couldn't. And now Nicola's got me the opposite way. He can see invis, so you can't cheese him. You just have to try to blow him up with Iron Bees. I shouldn't be doing it too fast, because even with Aralek, he can still do huge amounts of damage with his spells. We got in that time. If things go horribly wrong, you can always silence. Although in our case, if we silenced him, we'd be struggling to kill him. That was not Azrael. What's that one called? Azel. Okay. Thing about Azel, she can sleep you, and then hit you for a huge amount of damage as you wake up. You can see she has a 59% to shock us, which is way too high. Pretty sure she can see invis. She can. Can't cheese her. So I want to switch to protection from magic right now. Don't want to lose the poison. That's asking for trouble because of her venom bolt and poison arrow. And we've still got a 25% chance of sleep. So what I'm going to do here as well is wield the longsword of misery. So now we have even more MR. It's only 5% sleep. And then I want to hit her with oh, she just outplayed us. I wanted to hit her with LRD because that can't miss. But she didn't go on this tile, she went on that one. Let me randomly blink away from her. There we go, that's better. Apparently this is doing no damage to her whatsoever. Can I just file clutch her? Okay, that might be better. Now that she's filed clutched, can I... Well, we've got Ice Blast if I run out of magic points. Okay, because she's file clutched, yeah, shock can hit her. because she's not so evasive. But we got her in the end there with the Shadow Bolt. No, we didn't. Well, the Shadow Bolt hit her and then the zombie hands killed her. Alright. That fight was scarier than it probably looked. That could have very easily gone out of control. Especially if we'd been slept in the beginning there, when we're still switching to our MR gear. Could have taken a lot of damage really quickly. And she's fast as well, so I don't know. I mean, we might have had to use our first shadow form. This looks like an ant bolt. We can get huge amounts of value by shooting shocks up that little funnel. There are probably entropy weavers in here. It's fine, we're just gonna use shock on everything. Yeah, there's one. I should go invis. Yeah, even though the entropy weaver can see us, I don't want spiders and ants wailing on us. Actually, I should check he doesn't have a weapon. He doesn't. Good. Yeah, I don't want the other enemies wailing on us when we're at minus 12 corrosion and the like. So why don't I just Iron Beam him? That's faster. We have reached level 19. I think experience won the race over spellcasting. It did. Wait. Why was I comparing 19 to 13 skill? I don't know. Anyway, with that level up, we have enough spell levels for Iron Shot. So let's learn that. It goes on to C. That's probably okay. It's a little bit unwieldy at the moment with 24% chance to fail, but we can always wield Staff of Wizardry and then it becomes 10, which is fine. Alright, just a bit of gold lying around in here. On to Spider 4, where we fight another Entropy Weaver, and it looks like we got the undead ending again. Did we have that last game of the month? I think we did. I think this is 2 games in a row with the undead ending. Not a big deal, because we can cheese it. I'll show you how shortly. Does he have a weapon? No. He's just killing us. Arachne. She can definitely see invis. Okay. We're on the stairs, so that's fine. We can probably just blow her up. Speaking of which, why don't we wield the wizardry? And we'll see if we can just get her with Iron Shot. Apparently we can. She has a lot of HP though. Alright, that's fine. Iron Shot does huge amounts of damage. Alright, so we get instant reward out of learning that spell. Let's just go back up. It's just cure. We have so much curing, there's no point playing around with that. But what I could have done is use... Oh, we got paralyzed there. See, even with the up poison, it can happen. We could have used Far Clutch on Arachne first, so that then she was less evasive for the Iron Shot. But I don't think she is a very evasive monster. No, she doesn't have much evasion anyway, so it doesn't matter. What I did there is !/M, which is the monster lookup. We should go back up. Should get rid of that torpor snail before we keep fighting everything else. This is really useful. Getting swarmed here on the stairs. It's letting us stair dance everything. Alright, our first Emperor Scorpion of the game. Okay, let's go invis because we're getting really swarmed here out in the open. Okay, I want to start backing up. Back in view. got slowed down. These hornets are OP. It's fine. And some of these wolf spiders really don't want to go down. There's 13 for our spellcasting. Oh, we ditched it. I was going to talk about how we could have been using our blowgun on all these poison susceptible spiders. Yeah, we ditched that in the ice cave. No biggie. The shock works fine. And we have 60 magic points. Yeah, we have shocks for days. You're near starving. Let me get to the corpse. We feel we're being watched by something. Alright, so we want to go invis here. That means there's a ghost moth. But it can't see invis. So we go invis, we put on our see invis, and then we can fight it without losing our magic points. Because these are one of the scariest, or one of the most threatening monsters to you when you're a caster. Because they suck out all your magic points. But if you're invis... Oh, we're back in view. Alright. Well, now we're going to lose all our magic points. Alright, it's fine. We killed it. With our last shock, we got there. Alright, I probably shouldn't be auto-exploring. Because we want to do some prep before we go into the final room here. And if I auto-explore, it's just going to take me right in. The spectral versions, I think, can all see invis. Even if... Oh, that's a Moth of Wrath with an Emperor Scorpion, so let's run from that. If we could just kill the Moth of Wrath, if we could paralyze it. Alright, there we go. So he doesn't have a chance to... Good. To make the Emperor Scorpion go angry. Yeah, good. Really didn't want to just die to that random spider. Right. And can I just kill this bad boy? Not easily. I was hoping he'd get trapped in the web. It can happen to him. Shock on the Emperor Scorpions, taking a while. There we go. Alright, and I'm gonna have to go because I gotta go to work. So, if you join me in the next one, we will do the end room. Just trying to get to it. There's another ghost moth. Alright, we'll deal with that later. So, yeah, bye.